stars.
If they gleam in the sun while they're spinning, they fit on my truck.
Step into the spotlight as Stardust Revealed unveils the enigmatic journey of one of R&B's most soulful voices. Brace yourselves, because Jaheim drops a bombshell, revealing the untold story behind his sudden exit from the music industry. From soaring highs to turbulent lows, join us in today's video. We delve into the Jaheim's rise, fall, and the shocking truth that left fans reeling. Get ready to uncover the mystery behind his departure and the lingering question, why did Jaheim have to leave the industry? From rough beginnings to R&B stardom. Born on May 26, 1978 in New Brunswick, New Jersey, Jaheim's life was marked by tragedy early on when his dad, Tyrone Deshawn Cole, passed away, leaving him at the tender age of 3. His mom, Gral Hogan, was left to juggle the world on her shoulders, raising Jaheim and his 2 siblings in the rugged terrains of the Memorial Parkway Homes public housing project. Talk about a rough start, but get this, music was in his blood. His granddaddy, Victor Hogan, was an R&B crooner back in the 60s, giving little Jaheim some big shoes to fill. Family reunions turned into Jaheim's first stage, setting the scene for his future stardom. Producer Jermaine Dupri tweeted, "Jaheim had the raw talent that couldn't be ignored no matter where he came from." Despite the tough exterior of project life, Jaheim had dreams bigger than the ghetto, even as he found himself tangled in the kind of trouble that comes with street life, landing him behind bars more than he'd like to admit during his high school years. You can bet his mama's heart was breaking, but Jaheim's voice was her solace, a silver lining in their clouded world. By 15, Jaheim was no stranger to the spotlight, bagging wins at the Apollo Theatre's talent competition. But life threw another curveball when his mom passed away from spinal meningitis, leaving him orphaned at 17. Imagine that, a kid with nothing but dreams, now without his rock. The breakthrough. Here's where the plot twists. Jaheim poured all that heartache into his music, crafting a demo that would change his life. Channeling Luther Vandross with Never Too Much, young Jaheim was unaware that his future was about to shift. Now, Jaheim didn't fit the cookie-cutter image of R&B's finest. With his rough-around-the-edges look, he was more Tupac than Tevin Campbell. But fate has a funny way of playing its hand. One accidental drop of his music demo in a Newark clothing store, owned by none other than the band Naughty by Nature, set the wheels of destiny in motion. KG, a band member, stumbled upon Jaheim's demo and was instantly captivated. He saw in Jaheim a bridge between Luther's classic soul and the fresh vibe of a younger generation. "When I first heard Jaheim's demo, I knew he was something special," KG revealed in an interview. "He had this raw, unpolished talent that was just waiting to be showcased." KG placed a call to Jaheim on April 1, 2000 to discuss signing him to Divine Mill Records, a subsidiary of Warner Brothers. Thinking it was an April Fool's joke, Jaheim hung up, but later reconnected. "I was like, nah man, you're playing with me." But then, KG called back, and it was the real deal, Jaheim recalled. A year later, he released his debut album, Ghetto Love, selling over 880,000 copies during the first week. That was the beginning of his American fame, with the album reaching number 2 on the Billboard chart. Hits and highlights. The early 2000s were Jaheim's golden era. In 2002, Jaheim headlined a tour and performed with a live band for the first time at the Seagram's Gin Live concert tour. Fueled by this success, he released his second album, Still Ghetto, featuring hit singles like Put That Woman First and Fabulous, both of which went platinum. Jaheim's voice was a force in R&B during the early 2000s. He brought something unique to the table, Usher tweeted, but a dark past sometimes calls back. On June 14, 2004, Jaheim was accused of drug possession by law enforcement officers, landing him behind bars again. However, in 2005, a judge invalidated the charges, although Jaheim was still placed on probation and required to attend anger management sessions. Later in 2005, Jaheim's vehicle was hit by a tractor trailer. Determined to keep his career on track, he built a home studio in New Jersey and co-produced his third album, Ghetto Classics. The album, released in 2006, became his first #1 album, selling 150,000 copies in its first week and topping the US Billboard 200. The decline. However, in 2007, Jaheim left Divine Mill Records and signed with Atlantic Records, where he released his fourth album, The Makings of a Man. The hit single Never reached number 76 on the Billboard Hot 100. No more number ones. His fans were bored. The song Jaheim released about hustling and paternity sounded tiring and cliché. Notwithstanding, he was doing well. Aside from his music career, Jaheim was into other big things. He was getting modeling gigs and movie roles like the Paramount movie he was supposed to be featured in, which till now has not been released. Nayo tweeted, "It's tough to stay relevant in the music industry. Jaheim had the talent, but sometimes life throws you too many curveballs." In 2010, he released a new album titled Another Round, featuring the hit song Finding My Way Back. The fans' favorite was the emotional recorded track with borrowed elements from 70s soul music. However, the song wasn't successful as it only reached number 95 on the Billboard Hot 100, but it did earn him 3 Grammy nominations. The music industry has given Jaheim many things: memories, fame, and money. In 2011, he was nominated for the Grammy Awards in categories such as Best R&B Song, Best R&B Album, and Best R&B Vocal Performance. The American Music Awards also nominated him in 2023 for Favorite Soul/R&B Male Artist. Jaheim sold over 5 million records worldwide. He has made enough money from album sales and endorsements that his net worth has risen to $4.5 million. The comeback and the collapse. Since Jaheim had always wanted to own a record label, he relaunched his label, Julie's Dream Music Group, in 2014. His fans think the name of his label has something to do with the memories of his mother. The last album Jaheim released was Struggle Love in 2016 before he went out of the limelight. But you know the crazy thing about being an entertainer? People can forget about you just like that and move on to the next big thing. That's what happened to Jaheim. His fans had started moving on from him, claiming that the singer had too many demons to deal with, especially the rumors of drug abuse. Tyrese says, "The music industry is unforgiving. You step out for a second and you're forgotten." Jaheim had too much going on. There was even a video of Jaheim on a rant towards Charlemagne the God a few years ago. In 2018, when Jaheim decided to go vegan, his choice brought a lot of discussion online. Many thought and felt he looked skinny and unhealthy. During his interview with Amanda Boos at Star 94, 5FM, Jaheim gave reasons for going vegan. He also talked about an upcoming album, which never came out, The Scandal. Back in September 2021, Jaheim found himself in some hot water, getting slapped with animal cruelty charges. Yes, you heard right. The cops got a call, busted into his New Jersey pad, and what did they find? 15 dogs were living in squalor. Seriously, Jaheim, what happened? But honey, remember the tunes and soul this man brought to the R&B game. Despite the mess in the headlines, Jaheim's music was a vibe, touching hearts and moving souls back in the day. And believe it or not, his fans are still out there showing him love on the gram, dropping comments about how they're missing his voice and those beats. Seeing Jaheim's name in the news for the wrong reasons is heartbreaking. He had so much potential, tweeted Brandy. Twitter reacts. When news broke out about Jaheim's charges and his subsequent silence, Twitter was ablaze with reactions. "Praying for Jaheim. Hope he finds his way back," one user tweeted. Another fan wrote, "Jaheim was the soundtrack to my early 2000s. Missed those days." Celebrities also chimed in, showing their support. "We all have our demons. Rooting for Jaheim to come back stronger," tweeted Trey Songz. What's next? Now, the million-dollar question. Will Jaheim ever make a grand return to the music scene? With all the drama, it's hard to say. We all know how crucial staying in the spotlight is for an entertainer's relevancy, and Jaheim has been off the radar for a hot minute. Rumors are swirling about a battle with drug abuse, but it's all whispers and shadows since the man himself hasn't said a word. At 45, we're all left wondering what's going on with him. So here's hoping Jaheim finds his way back, not just to the stage, but to himself. Jill Scott says, "Jaheim, if you're reading this, know we're waiting. The world misses your voice." Will he make a triumphant return or remain shrouded in mystery? Only time will tell. Until then, stay tuned for more jaw-dropping revelations, because on Stardust Revealed, the stars never cease to amaze. What's your favorite song from Jaheim? Comment down below and let's keep the conversation going.